big board is back, and so is Dr. Jen Ashton at the table with us for our first story, and it's very interesting because we're going to start with those hospital safety concerns after a woman allegedly pretending to be a doctor in training faked her way into Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital, following doctors on patient rounds and even into the OR. You have been in an operating room, of course. Just tell us a little bit about how this could possibly happen.
So if I take you inside, let's say, a typical floor plan of a surgical suite or operating room, think of it like a labyrinth. You know, there's outer layers, there's inner layers. Typically, if you look at the green as the ORs, there are multiple security checkpoints, if you will, marked in red, where we have to show our ID, flash it against a cardtron in order to get in. But we kind of assume if you're in the OR that you have a right to be there. And I've seen this happen, not often, but trust me, if it can happen at the Brigham, which is one of the best hospitals in the country, it can happen anywywhere.
And this woman, Cheryl Wang, she has not been charged by police.
Right.
And but she's also not the first person to trail these students or doctors into an OR. You've seen this before, right?
Well, I actually hadn't heard of this practice. It's this practice of tailgating where, you know, the first person in a long line that gets to that cardtron swipes his or her badge and then holds the door open for the people behind us. This challenges our basic manners, right? You don't slam a door for the person behind you. You hold it open. And it also challenges our habits. Are we going to turn around and say, I'm sorry, can I see your ID? Now, I have been asked for my ID badge in my hospital. I've been on staff there 12 years. But does it happen all the time when someone's holding a door? Probably not.
Even when you're tailgating at a game, you assume if somebody's eating at your tailgate, they belong
deserve to be there.
I don't know, you're going to take it back to that kind of tailgate.
I've still got food on my mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's some people that are hearing this and going, okay, but they're a little bit concerned. How can you ease their concerns here?
100%. And I think this case really speaks to that. There were multiple people at the Brigham who noticed this woman, thought something looked odd, and reported her. It speaks to the vigilance of nurses and doctors. If we see something or someone that's at a place, we're going to speak up.
That's right.
All right, thank you, Doc.
You bet.
And next up, David Beckham. He's facing backlash after leaked emails show the retired soccer star was upset about not being knighted by the Queen. And Nick Watt is joining us now. And Nick, fill us in on the details, my man.
Well, Michael, in a series of hacked, potty-mouthed emails between Beckham and his PR agent, it seems he is just desperate to be Sir David and was livid when the committee turned him down over a legal but frowned-upon tax efficiency issue. Unappreciative blanks. That's a blank for a swear word. Beckham apparently called them in one email, written perhaps on a gold-plated laptop we've also just discovered he owned. Some are now suggesting that Beckham does charity work largely to get a knighthood. He represents UNICEF, but was allegedly furious when someone suggested he also donate cash, apparently writing, "The blanking money is mine."
So what is Beckham and what is his team saying about the release of these emails?
Well, Robin, first, UNICEF is standing by their man. They're saying he did actually give his own cash, and Team Beckham is saying he was indeed extremely disappointed not to be dubbed Sir Dave, but that some swear words were inserted into those hacked emails. They're saying quotes were taken out of context and that it's all a few years ago. Anyway, the emails were hacked in 2015. Someone tried to blackmail Beckham over $1 million not to leak them. He refused, won a court order. They were published anyway in Europe.
And, you know, his image, has a really good image, I mean, around the world. And that image has helped him rake in a lot of money with endorsements. Do you think this could hurt his endorsements?
I mean, Brand Beckham is based on his looks, based on the fact that he gets better looking as he gets older, but mostly on his Mr. Nice Guy image, and that is now a little shaken. You know, he's got a lot to lose. He is the second highest earning retired athlete on the planet behind Michael Jordan, $65 million last year.
You said Michael Jordan, not Michael Strahan. Michael Jordan.
I'm a working stiff over here. I'm putting me in at 65.
All right.
I may take one off season and retire after that.
Hey, we got flying cars that we're going to talk about now.
Boy.
And the future. Uber making a big push to develop them, recently hiring a former NASA engineer. Becky Worley is at the Aviation Museum outside of San Francisco. And Becky, we've been waiting for flying cars for decades, you know, but it seems like the closest we've come, well, is this.
Meet George Jetson.
Come on, you at home, you were thinking it too. You were thinking the Jetsons as well. So tell us a little bit more here, Becky.
Yeah, we've been talking about flying cars since the 50s. I'm on the Hiller flying platform, as you said, here at the Hiller Aviation Museum. I'm taking off for work. Never happened. But Uber's making this seem realistic. Why? Computer technology, GPS, and money. They are rolling in it. They've created the Uber Elevate project. They've hired Mark Moore away from NASA. They see like heliports along busy commute routes, sort of like from San Francisco to San Jose. That commute normally an hour and a half. They say they can do it in 15 minutes in an air taxi, and get this, it'll cost $129, they estimate. That's just $18 more than a regular Uber would. I mean, it's not bus fare, but geez, a flying car?
Oh, wow. And Becky, there was a Chinese company recently, they unveiled a drone that could carry a person and fly on its own, obviously. How does this Uber program compare to that?
Yeah, that's one person, personal aircraft. Uber sees this much more like their traditional Ubers, where you've got a pilot and then 1 to 3 passengers. They're not the only ones talking about this either, Michael. Google's Larry Page is supposedly bankrolling 2 flying car startups, and we told you last week about Tesla going underground with tunnels. So when Uber goes high, Elon Musk goes low, guys.
So are you in? Is this something that you would do? Take a flight?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Nick, how about you, Nick?
Never, 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 never.
All right, that's 2 votes.
Nope, I have a hard enough time on land.
Yeah, if the technology's worked out, I'd give it a try.
Oh, see there?
Why not?
Okay, I'll be with you.
I'm not going to be the guinea pig, but I'll try it later on.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to all of you.